final part of Over to You this week with Tim Shepherdson. Tim is the secretary of the Hull and East Riding Humanist Group.
Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, "Nobody will ever deprive the American people of the right to vote, except the American people themselves. And the only way they can do that is by not voting." The general election is almost upon us, and for the first time in 5 years, each of us will have the opportunity to cast our vote to decide the next government of our country. Recent decades have seen a sharp fall in the number of people exercising their democratic right to vote in elections. Voter turnout reached a peak in the 1950 general election, where 82% of those eligible to vote did so, but by 2001, only 59% voted. The greatest decrease is in the number of young people participating in the electoral process. What are the reasons for this, and should we be worried? Some might say that British people are increasingly content with their lives and the society they live in, and don't really care which of the major political parties form a government. Others might suggest disillusionment with politicians, fueled by recent media stories about expense claims. But the decline had set in long before these stories surfaced. Perhaps people are too busy to vote, but busy doing what? Many people are more likely to vote for contestants on the X Factor or Dancing on Ice than to vote in a general election. Some people think their vote will make no difference to the outcome. They are just wrong. Winston Churchill said that democracy is the worst form of government except for all those other forms of government that have been tried. Democracy does not exist everywhere in our world, and I don't think we should take it for granted. It is a precious defence against those who would seek to curtail our freedoms or deprive us of our rights.
Thank you, Tim. Tim Stevenson, secretary of the Hull and East Riding Humanist Group. And over to you. 7:45 on BBC Radio Humberside. Traffic